Okay, so White Knuckle is a climbing game. It's a game. I don't have to do it for all the parts, not for part 2, for any of the parts. Okay. Apparently, I don't need to do that intro for every part of this series. Welcome back to which room in White Knuckle would make the best home. Just like the first episode, we're gonna be going through every level of now Pipeworks. We did silos before, and just deciding which one would make the best place to reside in, sleep in, cook in, bathroom in for the rest of my days. If you missed the first episode, it blew out of the water. You guys loved it, and I appreciate all the support on it. But yeah, we're just gonna judge on has it got good space? Is it safe? Does it have usable space? That's important. The space it has to be usable, and that's gonna apply a lot in this section specifically. Another shout out to Uncle Lloyd for inspiring the idea. This idea is totally like 100% inspired by another creator named Uncle Lloyd, who makes similar videos but with different games. I'm just doing White Knuckle because I love White Knuckle. And yeah, let's just get into it. No delaying any further. We're just gonna go straight into this. So I decided to start us in the break room, which isn't actually part of normal Pipeworks, I believe. I think this is just an endless room, but we're doing it anyway because it said Pipeworks, so I put it in. And weirdly enough, it's gonna be one of our higher scoring rooms. Just to spoil it right off the bat, there is a ton of usable space up here. Not to mention cool corner here, pretty awesome. I like that it's dark and secluded. That's a word I used a lot in the first video. I gotta up my vocabulary. I'd totally sleep there though. Once again, you get a computer. That's a great addition. Not many of the rooms have these. I also just like the layout of it. Like something about this. It's not attached here, but you got all this space anyway. My problems with it are it's small. You could have a lot more floor space, that's for sure. And also, the goop. Almost every room in Pipeworks is gonna have some kind of goop or sewer water, and for one, it makes that floor space unusable because everything will be wet that you put there. Also, I'm sure it smells awful. And if we took hearing into account last episode, we have to take smell into account this episode. So we got to give the break room a B tier. That's a pretty good place to start, honestly, for Pipeworks. Now we're in a drainage system. Drainage 01. This is it's a 4-room house. There are 4 rooms. Oh no, it's a 3-room house. My bad. There's this double tall room that made me think it was a 4-room house. But yes, all the rooms have sewer water in them. This one just has a hole where you can fall straight through to the first floor again. The only usable space is this catwalk, which admittedly is a little bit bigger than most of the catwalks in the silos. Like, you could definitely sleep here, legs to the edge. And you have a little hallway here. But it's not much. And it's so very not much, and mostly sewer water, that I'm gonna give a D tier, unfortunately. Now, I have accounted for all of the infestations and the bugs that we're gonna find in Pipeworks. I'm kind of just ignoring them, because they're kind of in every room. They're pretty hard to account for individually. But yeah, we're in Drainage 02 now. There's a very nice first floor here, dry. That I actually like this. This is in a couple of the rooms. This diamond-shaped room. I like that first floor. We got some sewer water there. And then some significant climbing. But after the climbing, you get another pretty good space. I mean, there's a hole in the middle, but you can just put like a board there. There's also missing textures on the side of it. I've never noticed that. I've literally never noticed that. Wow. But other than those 2 dry floors, there is not much else to this. Can't really use this space. Drainage 02 is going to get a C from me. Now we're in a Drainage 3. Has the same awesome diamond first room. Well, I shouldn't be giving it that much credit. It's the shape of a diamond, which I like, but it's not that much space. And I think it's the only space in this room. Can't do shit with this little platform. And you can't do anything with this little platform either. Yeah. That first room is the only space here. So, once again, I'm going to have to give it a D. Drainage 3 goes to D. Drainage 4 starts us in the sewer water, which is a little bit gross. But, if you could withstand the smell, There's a diamond room here. Get the fuck out of here. You get another decently thick catwalk. There is a secret tube up here if you can get up there, but I know what's in there. It's not really worth it. It's not going to give you much living space. But I do really appreciate this hallway. It's very dim lighting. You get a nice corner here where you can kind of hide from this side. And this side's safe, so nothing to hide from. Hallway's very good. That definitely bumps it up several points. There's also a secret vent here, but you can't really do much with it either. This just goes down to the sewer water room we were in before. Altogether, not a ton of space, but you get that really awesome hallway. And you get this, like you could use this part of the tube, I guess, to sleep in. That's kind of all you can use it for. It's very, very squished. But yeah, Drainage 4 is going to get a B from me. Another pretty high score. Alright, Drainage 5. This is where stuff's really going to go off the rails. Nothing but goop on the floor. You got a broken ladder that leads up to the smallest platform you've ever seen with your own eyes. And then these spinny things that feel like they belong in air exchange. Can't do a whole lot with this platform either. You could maybe fit a table on it, but the chairs aren't going to fit after that. So what did we learn in those few seconds? We learned that there's no space. Most of the space is on the floor, and that is flooded with sewer juice. F tier. And none of it's safe, none of it's quiet. It's an F tier. I hear a grub. Do you all hear that? Like, I hear a grub very clearly. It's gone. He died. No. Okay, Drainage 6. This does not look promising off the bat, because this is your classic, like, sewer drain underground look. But if we move past this area and this area, you have a pretty decent room at the end of this hall that's, you know, it's a little bright, but it's never stopped us before. But if we go behind this room, you get an even more hidden, not secluded, hidden. That's a better word. Look at this room. There's so much space in here. You got beautiful art you don't even have to pay for. It's already here. You get a grub friend. I found him. I found the one making the sound. This room is just awesome sauce. And on top of that, this space is dry. There's no goop here. But on top of that, you get this dark hallway, dark secluded corner, dry, amazing bedroom, one-person bedroom in here, around the corner, and a little pipe that does lead up. But you could set up base in here too. A bed up against here. It's like a recliner. You got something to put your back against. The angle of the wall here, just recline. That's a strange texture. I've never looked at it like that. So Drainage 6 is gonna be an A tier. That is a great house. Drainage 7 is like it's a lesser version of Drainage 6. Let's just get that. I'll get that off my chest now, so I don't feel terrible breaking it to you later. Now, I guess I shouldn't go much further without pointing out the vent here. We all saw it. It's a bit cold and hard to get into. It's a little loud too. Yeah, but once you get up, you have some vent space, and vent space is never bad. It's always a good place to sleep, especially right here. It's pretty dark. You can't use it for much else, but you know, a place to sleep is better than a place to creep. Lots of sewer water. I just stepped in. You get some dry here. It's a very little spot, but there may be enough dry in this room to have like a kitchen or a bathroom. Maybe not both, but one or the other maybe. Oh, you could set up here too. I could see a kitchen set up here, but nowhere near as good as Drainage 6. So Drainage 7, it's gonna be C tier, unfortunately. I wish I could give it a little higher, but it's a C. Alright, so Drainage 8. This place does got some decent space, and you'll see as we go forward that I just want to show you guys the space. I was not going to include this room in the ranking. Interesting. Okay, funny story, side tangent here. When I was going through these levels, because I ranked them separately, and then I get screenshots of them for the tier list. When I was going through these levels earlier, I found this room, but there was liquid here, and there was a sewer drain over it. I was like, oh, I can't get in there. I don't know why that's there. I've never seen that. I've literally never seen this open. But I was going to exclude it because there was no way in. Apparently there's a way in. I'm not going to include it though. I haven't been including the secret areas that appear by chance. I generally don't want to include in this because they appear by chance. So let's continue with Drainage 8. Let's leave the hole alone. Although, very cool. Very cool secret, Holly. If you're watching, Holly. Hello. Hello. So yeah, as you can see, there's some pretty decent space up here. It's a nice L shape and some a railing. You can have a pet that's not gonna fall off. There's even some catwalk space in here, if you're not afraid to use it. If you couldn't tell, it's a little loud. Let's get even further away. There is decent space there, but it's so loud and dangerous. Drainage 8 is going to be a D tier. It can't be F tier. It can't be F tier because there's a good space. Drainage 9. This looks very similar to some of our old ones, although this one has a lot of branching paths. Let's go up the normal path first. You know, pretty standard stuff, bunch of liquid. Decent room here. I would call this a good room. This is nothing, don't worry about it. I would call this our second good room. This is a solid room. Dry, very big. Now let's address the elephant in the room. You got holes in the wall. But you could make the most out of it. There's some flat space here. It's an okay room. There were two good rooms. There's one okay room. I believe there's more back here, yes. Oh, another grub. But this isn't as flat. You can't really take advantage of that the same way. For the rest of this, it's I don't know if you want to live here. I don't know if I would set up in here, guys. I know. Ugh. I'm in it. I know you were looking for square footage, but this is just the most worthless square footage. You can spend it anywhere else. But Drainage 9 had some good rooms, so I'm going to give it a C tier. It feels like it balances out to me. Okay, Drainage 10 has a similar secret to before. But this leads up to a very small vent that's really not going to do much for us in terms of living space. It's got this room. Again, pretty loud though. I'm already having to talk over those things. You do get a good hallway. This exact type of hallway got a level a B tier earlier. But this one's a bit louder. And once you navigate up here, which is pretty difficult by the way, you don't have a ton of space here you could use. It's kind of all vertical. But we have some hidden areas over here. This could be a bathroom maybe, if you want to try to install a toilet into this rock. Can't really tell what this is supposed to be. And a little bit further up, we will find, let me get out my light. Very dark area. Very, very secluded. But again, not super flat. So, I don't know. There's too much going on. There's too much good, bad, too much clash of that. Drainage 10 is gonna get a C tier. It's just meh. Now we are in the pipe organ. This holds a lot more potential. There's generally less creatures here, but there's also generally a lot more sound and a lot more hot steam in your face. Not good things. Down here, not much space. There's a ring of like floor, but I don't even think I could sleep down there. It looks too small. A lot of climbing too. You gotta take that into account. Although you are a pretty good climber. I think this is as flat as it gets in this room, and it's not very flat. This looks like your coffin. Like maybe you could lay in here, fall asleep, but I think you would slide down, and that would be your deathbed. The first deathbed where you die by falling out of it. It's all climbing. It's all climbing. Organo 1 is going to get an F tier. Just no space. Alright, Organo 2 starts similar, but quickly you'll start to feel better about that. We open up into this very open first floor. Like, the square footage on this floor alone beats, I think, every room we've talked about so far. At least some of them. And that is not even all. Ow. If we move up from the first floor, we get a nice catwalk just for traversal. We have bedroom number 1. Very dark. We have bedroom number 2 over here. Also very dark. As we move up, we have bedroom number 3. A little more light. Maybe you could squeeze under there to take a nap. And if we go over here, we got bedroom number 4. This is maybe the worst out of the 4 because it's got a big pipe going through the middle. But it's just for fun. You just jump over it. Parkour. Learn to exercise. Maybe unpopular opinion. This just seems like a 4-bedroom, giant first floor house to me with a little bit of steam leaking. It's going to be our first S tier. Organ 02. Our first S tier. Okay, pipe organ number 3. Starts off just as bad, just a lot of climbing. Now, there might be a room you could use here. Like you could cozy up here, but you're right next to that steam. I don't think you're getting much sleeping done or anything. You definitely couldn't get work done there. I cannot focus with that steam blasting in my face. But this is the real meat of the room. It's a pretty decent ground floor, I think. It's like a donut shape. You get a circle but no middle. And in terms of elevation, you get a decent floor here. And we can move up. And you get another decent floor here. Not great, obviously, they're pretty small, but you don't need much for like a kitchen, a bathroom. Maybe you could even just a closet. Put up some like clothing racks. I believe there's actually another one of these platforms too. Yeah, you get another platform. 3 little platforms and a good ground floor? I mean, I'll take it. It's a B tier. Obviously, the steam keeps a lot of these rooms pretty low, but some of them overshadow the steam. Oh my god! Alright. I'm just going to go out and say it. The place looks similar. The score's very similar. In terms of ground floor, I think it's the exact same amount of space. You get one large platform here, and actually scratch that, because you actually get 2 large platforms. But that is it. It's essentially the same room, but you're trading the 3 small platforms for 2 large ones. Overall, a better deal in my opinion. Wait, is this 3 large ones? Did I miscalculate? There's actually 3 of those large platforms, which is pretty cool. I don't think it's enough to up the score or rank, though. I don't feel like this is an A tier room, so I couldn't tell you why. I'm not getting that vibe. So yeah, Organ 4 is also going to be B tier. Organ 5. Let's get up from this terrible part that all of them have. You get a similar donut style of floor going on, except this one's actually a hole. Not a lot of space. You can have more space. Now, if we make our way all the way up, which we do have to make our way all the way up to get any more space, the only other space in this room is a catwalk. It's a floor with a hole in it and a catwalk. Is this whole room, essentially. You're not gonna have a happy home here, I don't think. This is gonna be a D tier. And it's just scratching the surface. It's scratching the surface of F tier. Okay, exact same donut floor. Not a good start. But 1 catwalk, 2 catwalks. We've already doubled the catwalkedness. And now 3 catwalks. This one is just like the last room. But triple the catwalks. It is a little bit more space. I feel like I have to put it up for that. Triple the space. I do have to put it up, but not by a lot. So Organ 6 gets a C tier. Alright. Organ 7. Let's get through this quick, because I know the fate of this one. I know it's not looking great. Oh my goodness. I know what you might be thinking. Why does it look like there's nowhere to stand here? There's not. You can stand on these pipes. But can you put a bed on a pipe? Can you put a stove on a pipe? Well, you can probably use the pipes as a stove, honestly. They look hot. There are no resting places here. Ow. Yeah, fuck that. Just for that, it's gonna be an F. Organ 7, it's gonna be an F. Fuck that place. Alright, now we're in Organ 8. let's just get up to the juicy part of this room. So far, it feels a lot like Organ 7. Not any space to sit or rest. But as we get up here, you will notice a little bit of a shift in scenery. Big ball. Big bright ball. Very loud. I don't know what the grungly sounds are about. Also very bright. It's kind of shining all around. But you gotta give it that it has more space than 7. It's kind of flat in this general area. It's pretty flat. So you have a raised platform here and then a lowered. You could probably put your back up against this to sleep. Like up and then leaned a little bit. Organ 8 is going to be a D tier. It's going to be a D tier. Alright, get me into the actual room. I'm sick of these intros. The regular Pipeworks intros. If you remember anything from the first episode of this, my favorite thing is this dim lighting that you can find. Organ 9 has a lot of it. It's very warm, I would say. It feels warm, it feels welcoming. Possibly the most welcoming room so far. We have a lot of floor space here, which is just a hat on a hat of goodness. A good hat on a good hat. Let's move up from our giant floor and see what else we got. We have 1 bedroom with a grub. We have 2 bedrooms. Let's take the little catwalk over to our 3rd bedroom with a lot of bug friends. Let's take this pipe over to our 4th bedroom. Dark, awesome, very dim. Let's take these pipes up to our 5th bedroom. By the way, these don't have to be bedrooms. It could be anything. This one would be particularly nice as a bedroom though, I think, because it's got this slant. I just think that'd be nice to sleep under. But 5 is not where we're stopping, because you get a 6th bedroom. And this one's huge. And it's all dimly lit, and you got a big floor. Oh, I love it. Organ 9 is S tier. The definition of S tier in Pipeworks. Like, that's the best you'll get here. Well, maybe we don't know that yet, because we're going into waist heap. Maybe this is going to have a surprise for us. I don't think so. So the waist heap room's not going to be super promising, I think, because this is all garbage, I believe. I don't know what else it looks like. It looks like garbage to me. And there's the sewer juice in all of them. This is one of the best of the bunch, I think. Because if you can ignore the garbage, there is a room here. If we make our way up here, there's a pretty decent walkway here. You have a lot of different space to walk. Even though a lot of this isn't usable, like I've said about catwalks in the past, you can't really do much with them. You couldn't really sleep on it. You could maybe sleep in the corner here. You could make that work, possibly. But exercise. Think of the exercise possibilities. If you want to go on a walk and not just walk in circles in the same spot, you have a whole track here. Go to the end of this. Go all the way around to the end of that. A good variation in your exercise location will just be a goodness station. And then you have 2 decent rooms up here. I'm not going to factor in too much, but they do factor in a little bit. Because they're rooms. What do you want? Oh my goodness. Waist heap 1 is thankfully one of the most condensed of the waist heap rooms. These are going to get even more spread out. So, I'm going to be generous and I'm going to give it a C tier. Alright, waist heap 2. I didn't mention in waist heap 1. They all come, well, not all of them, but a lot of them come with this Strider looking dude. Very, very nice. He may look aggressive, but he's very nice. Look, you didn't even step on me just now. Or she. I'm assuming. I shouldn't be assuming. My bad. Could very well be a they them Strider. We will never know. So you got 4 trashed up bedrooms here. Bleh. Nobody really wants to use them. They're all trashy. Make our way up here. You got a clean room here. This is a clean room. I do believe you can fall in this gap, yes. But if you're mindful of the gap, it extends even to here. This is a decent room that leads up to an even more decent little platform. Imagine your bed here. Like, or just like a cozy reading area that's just this little corner. Like, that'd be awesome. The same 2 decent rooms from the previous one. You have a little nook over there. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Waste Heap 2, I think, has a little bit more potential than Waste Heap 1. So we are going to give it a B tier. Yeah, a B tier. Alright, Waste Heap 3. Let's just go up here, because there's not much to show you in this room. But a few of the things that I will show you is you have the same room from last one. And as we move forward, you'll see other similar things. Some very unfortunately familiar things are the several levels of sewer water. We're not even gonna go near that. None of that's usable. Even the spots next to it, like this little room here, smell awful. You don't want to go over there. Now, if you can make your way up even further, across the giant... We were just down there. You have to go all the way over here to find just the same two decent rooms. Like... Waste 3 is not doing as much for me as Waste 2 did. We're gonna give this one a D tier. Now we're getting into the rooms that have these plants in them. Now, I know what you're thinking. Giant plant? That's free oxygen. You got fresh air all the time. Not at all. This thing pumps out the worst smells that you'll ever smell. You get a little grub friend there. The whole floor is unusable, just drenched in sewer juice, which is a term that I will continue to use now that I've gotten more comfortable with it. You have these tiny platforms around. You can't do much with them. There is, I believe, more of a room over here. Yes, this one I would call it more of a room. But as we move up, you will see there's not much more. There's not much more usable space. There's not much more usable space. I'm trying to see what this is. Have you guys ever seen this? What is that? That's probably some like real secret thing that nobody's ever found, and I'm gonna be like the one to reveal it. Let's find out what it is. It's just shading. It's just lighting, dude. Dude, fuck that. I thought I found a secret. Boo. All right, back to my realtor mode. Sorry. So we get these pretty big platforms at the top here. I don't think the 3 floors you get in this place really outweigh the terribleness of everything else. It's gonna be a D tier. I'm sorry. It's another D. Alright, now let's get to the final room. Gotta traverse up here a little bit. I wasn't really counting these in the ranking because, one, they feel like they're out of the room itself because they all had this. And also, there's not much you can do here. You can't really set up shop on these little corners. Alright, the finale. I mean, just look at it, dude. Think about, you're looking for a home, and you see this. I hear a grub, though. Hello. I will save you. Big fat no. I am denying this. I will not accept this. This is not a home. This is a grove. And I'm not even sure if I'm using that word correctly. But it feels like a grove. You do have these, like, partial rings going around. Minuscule amount of floor space. I've gone up this whole thing and there's been nothing that I would consider livable. Until maybe we get to these rooms up here. Not even rooms, just one. There's just the one. There's not even one on the other side. Wow. That is really depressing. That's really depressing. Waste heap number 5. Yeah, waste heap 5 is going to be an F. There is no way I could see justifying living in this place. And that's Pipeworks. That was so much faster. I think there's like half as many rooms in this one than there was in Silos. Yeah, Silos I had like 3 1/4 pages of notes. This one I didn't even have 2 pages of notes. Pretty awesome. And now you know what it would be like to live in Pipeworks and which room you should pick. It's Organ 9. You want to go to Pipe Organ 9. It doesn't matter if there's a ritual going on in there. Sell your soul. Sell your soul for that place. It's so good. Don't you just love when YouTubers try to give advice to their impressionable audiences? I did eat before doing this, by the way, so I'm a lot less miserable this time. Thank God. Ooh, drone. Hello. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope this part lived up to the first one a little bit. I'm gonna put just as much effort into it, so hopefully the quality feels as high. But yes, if you did watch, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. The first one got so much attention from y'all that, like, I couldn't believe it. Holly, if you're watching this, thank you. Thank you for commenting on the other one. It made me feel so awesome. It made me feel so awesome. I'm not sure about the plan moving forward. I don't think I want to do habitation for this series. I can leave it up to you guys a little bit. If you guys want input on that, just let me know. Just let me know if you think I should do habitation and ideas for how, like how to split it up. But I don't think I want to do it because habitation is mostly 2 sections. The service shaft, which doesn't really have rooms like these sections do, and the haunted pier, which is outdoors. Which, it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same to rank something that's outdoors. If not, I think I'm going to skip straight to Delta Labs, and that'll probably be the finale for now. Until the nest. Assuming the nest is indoors. I think the nest is indoors. You enter through a, like, garage thing at the end of the abyss. Just let me know what you guys think. Think if I should do it. One more shout out to Uncle Lloyd. Thank you for this awesome idea that you didn't give me permission to use. I just kind of borrowed. And yeah, subscribe. If you like it, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.